y'all. I am your girl Candy. To my left, I have the beautiful, the amazing, the gorgeous, the intelligent, the fabulous Cynthia Bailey Hill.
Hi! How you guys? Hi, Candy.
And we are both about to speak on it.
Lord, last time I was over here with you guys.
Love to know what Cynthia thought about the alleged text message from Kenya to Portia. What did you think about it?
And this is at a time that she was very much friends with you, the much gorgeous, just so gorgeous Cynthia, honey.
Thank you.
Well, initially I was just shocked that it even came up because number one, I can't imagine that, first of all, if the Kenya has something negative to say about me, I think Portia will probably be about the last person she would vent to call and talk about me to. When the cookie lady showed up to
when y'all was there,
and I felt like obviously everybody there in the scene knew what happened in the scene. I mean, King and I had a big falling out during the scene, but of course they cut that out and just showed me eating the damn cookies.
I can't remember. You just have a way of making people just really just put it on the table, girl.
you gotta speak, honey. You gotta speak when you come here.
But like in the words of Eva, everything is just not about you.
This is definitely for you to be clear on your thoughts.
Well, that's my opinion, and she's very big on us expressing our opinions.
Oh,
so,
for
in
sure.
my opinion, it seemed like when you watch the season back and you guys have brains for yourself,
I had already heard. I can turn a shade tree into a money tree. So listen, we were speaking, honey. We were speaking before this camera got started because the reunion, no, not the reunion, the finale was the other day, just 2 days ago, over at Cynthia's house.
Lake Bailey on the hill.
All right, I'm waiting for Drew to get here.
Who's Drew?
Drew actually was at my wine cellar lunch and proposal that you almost ruined.
Oh.
It's still fresh.
It is.
It's still fresh.
I lost my voice a little bit from the finale, so
Yes.
bear with me as I try to speak on it.
Fresh on our chest. I have so many feelings about what happened.
Yeah, you were very, very expressive at the finale.
Yes.
A lot of things rubbed you the wrong way.
I mean, I can't even really talk to you guys about it now because we're going to have to talk about it later when it happens. But just know, I'm going to have a lot to say on that episode. So it's so much going on this season.
It is.
Yes. So you've had a hell of a year so far.
I have. You know what? I've had a great year.
Oh.
I really
in
have.
COVID.
You know what? Honestly, in a lot of ways, and I mean this in the best possible way, like a lot of bad things came out of COVID, but a lot of good things came out of COVID as well. The movement, like people were just home and present.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like, a lot of people figured out how to work from home.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of entrepreneurs were born because, all of a sudden we were all working from home now. I mean, it was like this, without question, 2020 is the most memorable year of my life, for sure. Like a lot happened. And of course, it's unfortunate, the bad things that have happened with this virus and, the people that are no longer here.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like God is in control and hopefully, soon we'll be on the other side of this whole thing. But, it's just been a very eye-opening year, I think, for everyone.
I agree with you. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on into the biggest thing that's happening to you in 2020 because they are showing it on the show this season.
Yes.
You and Mr. Hill.
Yes.
Clearly, that's a major talk of the season.
It is.
10-10-20 is our perfect date. Things are gonna be open up. If it's not, then maybe we're not meant to get married 10-10-20.
We're seeing so much craziness happening between you and Mike as far as like your decision of you really want the big wedding.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of like, whatever with the big wedding.
We're wearing masks right now, Cyn.
It was just about plan B. You guys are making me feel like a asshole.
Right.
Now, obviously, and I keep telling everybody, it's like, I see what's happening when you're with us.
Right.
I don't really get to see what's happening when you're just you and your personal story.
Right.
So I'm watching it just like everybody else.
Right.
Now that I'm getting to see it, I'm like, dang, I didn't even know all that arguing was happening.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let's just break the fourth wall all the way down. Even if I wasn't on a show.
But that's not what you're saying.
But I've said that to him a million times.
But that's not what you're doing.
So now that you're watching it back, what do you guys say to each other as you're watching it back? What do you think about it?
Well, you know what? We were just coming, like, really like the pandemic was in full effect. Like there was a lot of stress and tension in our relationship during this time because we were quarantined together. I was stuck in LA, and then he was in Atlanta with me, and then we were with our kids. It was just a lot going on. So for me, the wedding at that point was just the happy part of what was going to happen for the year. And that was just what I was focused on. You know, Mike and I definitely have a lot of back and forth. You know, at the end of the day, a lot of my points on last night's episode didn't really land.
Are we going to get married on October 10th, 2020?
I don't know.
I'm not doing this no more.
But I was always very concerned with, okay, you know, I'm always an optimist. How can we do the wedding and be COVID-19 conscious? Is there a way to do it? It was never like, hey, let's just have this wedding and just, you know, be Miami spring break over here with no mask, no protection or whatever. And the crazy thing is, and I know I'm going to get a lot of pushback on this as the season goes on, because the timeline of these conversations, you know, when we started filming in May, and even when, you know, COVID first hit, a lot of people really didn't know if it was still going to be around in October. So I was still like saying to myself, hey, you know what? Just in case they come up with the vaccine or it just disappears, whatever, let's push forward. And if we have to cancel it, we can cancel it. But my goal was to only just see if we could have it and see if it can work out. And if there's a COVID way to do it, just to see where our options were before we just shut it down and postponed it or just did it in my backyard. You know, I've been married before. Mike has been married a couple of times. And, you know, for me, my first wedding wasn't that great. It just was a lot of negativity. I'll just say that. And I never thought I would get married again. And you were one of the first, you know, I think you were one of the first people I told that, you know what, I just don't see that in my life again. And Mike felt the same way as well. And then I ended up meeting this man in such an unconventional way on a dating show. And, you know, even then we never had to get married, but we actually love each other. You know what I'm saying? So I know I may come off looking like a bridezilla or whatever, but I just was excited. I was excited to try to have this wedding. And for me, it wasn't even a wedding. It was a celebration of love. And we have so much love and support with the fact that we did find each other. And I'm like, you know, I'm 53 years old. Like, I just was excited to share this with everyone. And, you know, you guys can just see how it plays out. But I don't want anyone to ever feel like I was just like, hey, you know, I don't care about what's going on in the world. I just want this wedding. And that's how it's starting to look. Yeah. And it's probably going to look like that for a few more episodes. But that was never my heart or my intention. And Mike was always supportive. Now, we do go back and forth a lot. But at the end of the day, we were both on the same page, just in terms of we definitely wanted to get married on 10/10/20, but you actually gave me the damn date.
I did, even though I didn't get credit in the show.
You did. I said to everyone.
10/10/20 is our perfect date.
Candy actually gave us this perfect date of 10/10/20. And that just stuck with me. And I was like, you know what? With everything that's going on in the world, how amazing would it be to be able to still be able to have this date, whatever that looks like. If it looks like masks and shields and outdoors, we were trying to do it outdoors, and then Hurricane Zeta happened.
This morning, coastal communities waking up to devastation yet again.
You know, we had to put it back indoors. It was really, really difficult. But most of our money at this point went toward trying to make the wedding COVID-19 safe.
So let's roll back to the other thing. What's up with that prenup?
Ooh, girl, and you know, you were on me about it because I know what you and Ty went through. And then I also spoke to Kenya, who still, to this day, I can't believe she didn't do a prenup because she's the first one to try to get us together about, you know, these legal affairs and all of that. But we actually did not end up doing a prenup. So now we're at the post-nup part. And that we will start working on after the holidays. But we both want to do it. It's not like he doesn't want to do it or I don't want to do it. We both have agreed to do it, but honestly, you know, Mike's a whole person, I'm a whole person, he has his stuff, I have my stuff. We don't really have stuff together yet. So I think it should be pretty simple. It's gonna happen.
Please.
No, it's gonna happen.
Everybody always says, oh yes, of course, it's gonna happen. No big deal. It's gonna happen. And then when it starts happening, then it's always this stuff.
Yes.
It's happening.
Yeah, the posting up is definitely going to happen. And I know, you know, this is where I didn't want to be, is having the conversation after the fact. We did not go on our honeymoon because where we want to go is actually to the Maldives. So we're going to hopefully be able to go next year?
Well, you know, I told you, Todd and I, we didn't get to go on a honeymoon after our wedding either. On our 1-year anniversary, we did our first big trip.
Okay, where'd you guys go again?
We ended up, Todd took me to Paris, Amsterdam, and London, all on one
nice.
big trip, and it was one of the best trips ever.
Oh my goodness.
It was amazing.
How long did you guys go for?
We were there for like a week and a half. Week? We did a few days in each place. Yeah, it was an amazing trip.
Did you know that's where you guys were going, or was it a surprise?
I think I knew. He had literally something planned every single day, and he had a tour guide in every city to take us around to see sites in every city.
Oh, that's nice.
And we did everything that there was to do. It was amazing. It just was an amazing trip. Like, I will forever remember that trip.
Well, we're thinking about the Maldives. We're gonna actually run down to Mexico for like a week just during the holidays. And that's it. So hopefully 2021 we'll get to go.
All right, so how's the first 3 months of marriage been?
You know what? It's been good. And I wasn't sure if I was going to feel like a difference, if I was going to feel married or not. I know that's like a weird thing to say, but there's something about actually getting married where there's a difference between a fiance and a wife. I'll say that. Like, I definitely feel like I go that extra mile. You know, I cook, I clean. Like, I really consider not just myself, but my husband as well now. I wake up and I'm like, oh, okay, what am I going to make us for dinner? I'm a very independent person. And I know how to be single very well, so I know how to just focus.
Know how to be single.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, honestly, just being independent, like, I know how to just get things done for myself. But having a husband, you know, and this is my second time around, so I'm trying to learn from any mistakes that I made the first time, which really wasn't that many, but still, whatever mistakes I made, because nobody's perfect. I'm going into this marriage with all the knowledge from the last marriage to make it work, because the last one did not end up working out.
Right.
So with that said, I'm just conscious of everything, and I'm just conscious of the fact that I have a husband, that I have a partner, that I have a friend, like somebody that just has my back other than like my family members. And it just feels different. It really does feel different. Like, I feel like, okay, you know, if I'm having a great day, I call Mike. If I'm having a bad day, I call Mike. Hi, baby.
Hey, gorgeous.
You like?
Oh, love. You look elegant.
Thank you. All right, love you.
Bye, man. Love you too.
You know, it just feels good to not be in this alone. I'm actually writing my vows for the wedding. I was practicing with the mannequin, like pretending the mannequin's you. I'm not really afraid of being alone, but I have to say, I'm really grateful that I found someone. This is so funny, and I don't know if you remember even saying this to me.
Okay.
Years ago, when I first got divorced and I was saying, oh, you know, I don't want to get married again, you were like, aren't you afraid of just ending up by yourself? Aren't you afraid of just ending up by yourself and just being alone? I don't know if you remember saying that to me, but you said that to me.
Wow.
Yeah, you said that to me, and I never forgot it. And I was like, God, I never thought about like ending up by myself. Like, I always felt like, you know, even if it wasn't a marriage, I would find love. Like, I would, you know, just find somebody to kick it with at least. But, you know, I don't know if there's an expiration on that. Like, you know, I don't know if I'm like 65 if I have that many options.
Well, I'm sure you ain't never had no problem in that department, but okay.
Well, thank you. But I never forgot that. I remember. You know, we say a lot in this group, and some things stick and some things don't, but I remember that.
I was at the wedding, but I am going to save that part till when it actually happens on the show, and we can talk about it later.
Yeah, you were at the wedding and you were in the wedding.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
Since that's already out there, I would like to take this opportunity just to say how you ended up in the wedding.
Okay.
All right. At first, I was not going to do bridesmaids because I just felt like my last wedding was a lot of drama, and I just felt like that was going to eliminate a lot of drama. Just trying to figure out who I wanted. The whole time, Mike definitely wanted his boys with him. He was like, okay, well, do what you want to do, but I got my guys. Like, he was excited about that because although he's been married twice, you know, a lot of people don't realize my husband got married right out of high school, just high school sweetheart. So he was like 18 or 19 or something like that. They were together for years, and you know, they have a beautiful child together. Then he married his second wife, and they have a child together. But anyway, long story short, He had a small wedding, but he's never had like a big wedding before. You know, the closer you get to a wedding as a bride, the more excited you get. Because at first you're like, oh, you know, you're picking all this crazy stuff or whatever. And for me, I was just, again, really stressed out about like if the wedding was going to happen or whatever. But once it seemed like, okay, you know, I found a place, like legally I can have it in this space, it's going to work out. Then I got excited. I was like, you know what, I kind of want, you know, like my girls with me, the girls that, you know, I feel like have my back, that I feel like I have good relationships with. And, you know, I had my, it's crazy because the girls I've known the longest, 2 of my New York bridesmaids, actually, one had a death in her family like 3 days before my wedding.
Oh, wow.
My girlfriend Dana, and I was a bridesmaid in her wedding last year. So she couldn't make it at the last minute. And then my other girlfriend, Tracy, who was in my last wedding, she is a breast cancer survivor. So she couldn't get the health clearance to come. Her doctor wouldn't let her. So anyway, so with all that said and done, I was thinking about who would I even have here in this circle of friends that I have here. I've been in Atlanta almost 12 years now. And I've known you. Like as soon as I moved here, I pretty much met you. You know, we've had our little ups and downs or whatever, but we've never had any real major beef with each other.
No.
Ever. And I've always, you know, just had love and respect for you. And I've always been very vocal about that. And I feel like, you know, this has been times on this journey where I didn't even expect you to, but I feel like you just had my back in a lot of different ways. Even maybe you weren't even trying to, but you did. And, you know, you just don't forget things like that when you're going through things in this group. You know what I mean? Trust and believe. You don't believe it. I'm like about to get emotional. But anyway, I was just thinking about it and I was like, you know what? I love where our friendship is going. And I feel like even when this is all over for me, you're someone that I would still want in my life. And I want to still keep in touch with. And, you know, your husband, I just love and respect everything you're doing. So I was like, you know what? I would be honored to have Candy be a part of my wedding. So.
I love you too.
Oh, God. And I never told you that. And I'm not going to cry. I'm good. I'm not going to cry. But I just want to tell you that. But I am emotional because, you know, as you get older again, I'm a lot older than you are. I'm 53 years old. You really start to value and treasure the good people in your life, because it's not that many. You know, people come and people go, and very few people you meet where you feel like, you know, I want to be around these people when I'm older. This person has a quality that goes way beyond the show for me. Like after the show, I could still see, you know, us hanging out. You know,
We still
you know,
kick
as
it.
couples, and you know what I'm saying.
Right, still have fun together. Still, yeah. I
So
totally feel you.
it just felt right, and I just, you know, I went with my gut, and I was like, it felt right, and I, you know, I could say the same for Kenya, but you know, I'll tell her that. I don't have to get into all that with you, but it meant a lot.
It meant a lot to me that you picked me.
You're very welcome.
I was like, what?
I know, you were so surprised. You seemed really surprised.
Well, I was, because it's like, you know, obviously, you know, we've been on the show together for many, many years. And I always felt like we did have a great relationship. And then outside of the show, I definitely feel like we've had our moments. We share our secrets.
Oh, of course.
And we have our talks that, you know, nobody else
call you
is
for advice and
privy
stuff
to.
about stuff, or you'll call me about business advice. Say, hey, how do you do this? How, you know, you've just always been very giving, which is why I always feel like you always get. This is it's not a surprise that, you know, I mean, and you work your butt off, but you know, you have a very blessed life, Candy, very much so. But I think a lot of that is because you are a giver and you don't mind helping people.
Thank you. So, yeah, I look forward to you guys being able to see that.
Yeah, she was a beautiful bridesmaid.
Thank you, thank you. But, okay, so let's get on to some of these other girls on the season.
Okay, yes, let's do that.
We talked about all the lovey-dovey stuff.
I know.
Now let's get on to the gist.
I know. It's like usually like super shady to speak on this, but I have to say, for me, it's like, I'm just like, it's the end of the year. Like, we just did the finale. I just don't have that much left in me. Like, I'm just happy and grateful. So y'all are going to have a positive, happy speak on it, okay? Because we're going into 2021 and we got to be ready, okay? Spiritually, emotionally, and it's all love at the end of the day. But we can still get to the shade, but just so you guys know, I had to go ahead and put that disclaimer out there. You know, this is all love over here. And you guys need to receive that.
So, newbies.
Yes.
All right, so this year we've had a few newbies to be added to the cast.
Yes. Yes.
We can start with Drew because
Yes.
you introduced Drew to the group.
I did.
So how did that come about?
Welcome to the ATL.
Thank you.
Drew Sidora is a very talented actress and songstress.
My girl Eva, our girl Eva, actually introduced me to Drew at my proposal. So that honestly was really the first time that I met Drew. But, she's like, yeah, we got to get together. We got to hang out, whatever, move to Atlanta, whatever. So I was like, all right, cool. And, he was like, yeah, she's mad cool or whatever. So that's how it began.
Okay.
And then my husband, Mike, and her husband, Raph, really clicked as well. Raph is really into a lot of business stuff too. Like when I was getting ready to start doing my Black-owned business, pop-up shops and whatnot, he was like offering to help me with a lot of those things. So it just kind of organically came to be.
Got it.
And I brought her to the group.
Okay. So how do you think that Drew has meshed with the rest of the girls this season?
You know what? I think that Drew definitely came in with her own vibe and her own flavor. We've been over here for a minute now. I don't really feel like she's really like anyone else that's come in the group.
She's different.
It's because of God, you've been married 6 years.
You were gone for 3 days.
I was always accessible.
I'm not gonna sit here and look stupid. I'm not.
She's definitely different. I feel like she definitely holds her own in the group without question. And some of the things that will happen throughout the season, I'm not saying that, I wish she had sought my counsel for a couple of things, but for the most part, she's smart, she's an independent thinker, she just does her own thing, and she has an opinion. She has an opinion
She
whether
definitely
you
has an
agree
opinion.
with it or not. She
And
definitely
lets it be known.
She definitely lets it be known. And I love that about her, for sure. Drew has some very emotional, big responses to a lot of situations that she's in this season. You cannot let anyone have this much power, and she was really emotional. But again, like one of the things I was sharing with her when she first came on the show, I was like, okay, first season is always that season. For me, like when I came on first season, I was like, oh my God. Like watching it back, I was like, oh my God, what have I done? This is crazy. I just feel like we looked completely crazy first season. But there's nothing like first season, and there's no way to do it but to do it. So my only advice to her was like, look, give everybody a chance, make your own friendships and relationships, and just be you. Be your authentic self.
Well, okay, so first of all, I definitely like Drew. I think she definitely brings something different to the cast.
You so silly, Nine. No, you silly.
As far as her being a newbie, I felt like it didn't take her long to just fall into place.
Oh yeah, she figured it out.
Sometimes it takes a minute for somebody who's new to find
it took me a minute.
their space.
Exactly.
And sometimes it takes them so long that the production be like, okay, on to the next.
Right.
But she immediately jumped right in.
She did. Absolutely.
And I would have to say that for all of the newbies this year.
You know what? That's kind of true, actually.
They all just kind of came right in and was like, okay, we ready.
Right. That's true.
The other thing that I would have to say about Drew was that I did not realize that her and Kenya would not click. For some reason, I thought that they would click. And so I thought they was gonna have more in common.
Yeah, I did too. I did too.
They're both, wordsmiths. And,
right.
Yeah, I just thought that they would connect better. They did not. And y'all gonna see more of that going into the future. I don't know where that relationship is going. Straight to hell, I guess.
Yeah. Nowhere good. But look, at the end of the day, I just want to be clear on this. Like, Drew's my girl. I think she is an amazing fit for the show. And to Candy's point, she definitely found her way. And again, like I said, I think first season, there's a difference between season 11 and season 1. Maybe I used to be emotional like that. I can't remember. But I do know now, I'm just like, you become almost a little numb sometimes to stuff after you've been over here for a while, because you're just used to having to always like defend yourself or be on the lookout for some kind of shade or just having your feelings hurt. You know what I'm saying?
So another thing that I'm noticing now with Drew, and that has been since the season started airing, is that she don't mind being a part of the petty club. Have you seen the tweets?
Yes.
Y'all been watching the tweets.
Oh, yeah.
So, Drew will come for.
Yeah, Drew had time.
She comes for.
She had time.
castmates during the show. I was like, oh
yeah,
Lord, jeez, Drew.
Yeah.
Like, okay, she'd be throwing the whole shade tree on Twitter.
Well, you know, for every action, there's a reaction.
Well, what I will say is she is going to allow this to lead up to a very interesting reunion.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm sure production is saving all of these tweets.
You know they are.
And we will be seeing these tweets
at
the reunion.
Absolutely.
And everybody will have their opportunity to respond if they did not respond during the season.
No, for sure. Well, you know, it gets, you know, once, you know, you start talking about each other's husbands and stuff, or wives, or, you know, just each other like that, that just goes to a very, you know, that's kind of a shots fired kind of place.
Ooh,
because, you know, people are going to defend their family. Drew has arrived.
She has arrived.
All the way here.
She's
And
all the way here for season
I think that
13.
For season 1, like, she just jumped right on in. And it's one of those things you're going to love her or love to hate her. It just is what it is.
She has a peach, honey.
Okay, right in her hand, honey. And she's not afraid to squeeze the juice out of it if she needs to.
And throw it.
And throw it at somebody. No, it's good. It's good because I feel like, you know, we did need some new blood, and I feel like Drew is definitely a good addition to the show.
So let's go to another newbie.
Oh, I hope we get ready to talk about LaToya.
No, we're not gonna go to LaToya
Okay,
yet.
we'll say LaToya for last.
We'll say LaToya for last. We're gonna give Fallon.
Okay. Oh, Fallon, yes.
Since they showed her on the episode 3.
Absolutely.
Hi, I'm Fallon.
Hi, Fallon. How you doing?
Nice
I'm
to meet
Tandy.
you.
Hi, Fallon. Cynthia. I'm LaToya.
Nice to meet you.
Fallon, what'd you think about Fallon?
You know, I honestly didn't really get to spend any real time with Fallon. Like, I don't know her. The most interaction I had with her was at her Halloween party. And I'm really hoping they show that because that made up for the lack of any interaction because I definitely saw a whole nother side to Fallon. So I was like, oh, wait a minute. Honestly, you know, in the other scenes that she was in, where I was with her, which was not that many, to be honest, I thought she was kind of quiet, to be honest.
You thought she was quiet?
I thought she was kind of quiet for the most part. Yeah.
I
What did you get?
that she was cool. I thought she was cool. She was chill. I definitely felt like the part that we did get to see in South Carolina was not quiet. Definitely.
She little. Don't let her little cute pretty face fool you. Mama got a whole nother side and a lot of turn up.
She will definitely let you have it.
She about that life. I was like, okay, little cute person, what is going on? But I feel like you gotta like really push her into a corner, and I get that. Like I'm the same way.
She's a Taurus.
Oh, she's a Taurus.
She's a Taurus.
Like she seems like she comes in peace.
Drew is a Taurus too.
Drew's a Taurus as well. But Drew seems like she got a little more. She can come out her corner a little quicker than that. Drew seems like she's like what? But yeah, I like her. I think she's a beautiful girl. She has a beautiful home. Seems like she has a beautiful family.
Yes.
She's
rich.
Yeah. We went to her house, and I'm not even kidding you guys. Like, we went in the garage, and it was like a fleet of Rolls Royces. She has a very beautiful life, and, you know, I'm looking forward to seeing more of her.
Okay, now we can go to LaToya! You gotta have a drink for that.
I gotta have a whole drink. I didn't see LaToya coming.
Toya is Kenya on steroids. Have y'all realized that? What you mean you didn't see LaToya?
I just didn't see her coming. Like, I've never met anyone like her in my life. She is made for TV.
She is.
That girl is just something else. Like, LaToya, first of all, she's sweet as she wants to be. Once you, like, you know, get to know her. Cute, smart, successful. A lot going on, for sure, but just very likable.
Yes.
I felt like, even like I've gotten mad
Apparently,
at
everybody
LaToya
liked
a
her.
couple of times. Matter of fact, we got into it a little bit before
You got
the
into
finale.
it?
Yeah, she was, I don't even want to get into all of it, but we had some words or whatever. But she's like one of those people it's hard to stay mad at. You know what I mean? It's just like she says, and then her little accent and the way she speaks, and she's like, oh, Cynthia, but I told you this in confidence, and you went back and said this, and it really hurt me. And I'm just like, oh my God, I just love the way you talk. Okay, keep reading me, girl. Keep reading me. I just found LaToya to be like that little like annoying sister. You just want to be like, sit your butt over here and be quiet and don't move until I say so. And she's just still like, you know. I thought she was very refreshing to the show for sure. And
Well,
you actually brought her on the show until Kenya stole her from you, right?
I brought her on the show.
Well, that was short-lived, honey, because she was at Moore Manor soon after, okay?
Well, Kenya definitely, as they said on what did they say on the caption of her name? Candy friend that Kenya stole. She definitely was a friend of mine.
Just take this girlfriend.
That Kenya has definitely connected with.
Yes.
Well, feel free to get naked anytime you want.
This little bi-curious situation she's got going on is new.
Would you be jealous?
I definitely would not be jealous.
Which is fine because I definitely realized that Kenya does not connect with a lot of people.
She doesn't.
So for
Mama takes some getting warming up to. Kenya definitely takes some getting warming up to.
So I personally thought it was cool that she had somebody that she connected with like that so quickly.
I did too. What I liked about it was I felt like with everything that Kenya was going through this year, like in the place with her relationship, I know it appears to be in a better place now, but it just wasn't for quite some time. I felt like Toya was just a cool little fun distraction for her, just to have a good time and to just have some fun. And for me, I was in such a different place in my life. Like I was trying to get married, which we all know that. And I felt like it looked like Kenya was working on getting divorced. So we were just in two different places. So I actually, although I was, appeared to be a little jealous because it was like every time I turned around, I couldn't go over there unless LaToya was over there. I was like, what in the world is going on? Like, can I get a moment with you by myself? But I thought it was good to see them together.
Now, the only thing, she does not apologize for anything. Did she? No. So overall, so you like Toya.
I do like Toya. I like Toya and I like Drew.
Well, good, because they're both trending worldwide each week.
Oh, wow. Okay. Come on, newbies. Y'all better trend. Yes.
Yes, I've been seeing their name trending each week.
Okay.
Now, tell me this.
Okay.
I've been seeing here and there, people have been saying that they think our show reminds them of Love and Hip Hop. What do you have to say about that?
Well, I don't even know what that actually means when they say that. I mean, what I can say from being on this show for as long as I've been over here, this is a drama-based show. It's always going to be drama, and there's always been people that didn't get along. There's always been, people getting into it. Some, physical and some almost physical. But it's always been a lot of back and forth and a lot of drama. That's what the show is. So why are they saying that? Is it because they feel like the caliber of the people that's coming on is making it different? Like, I don't get what that means.
I have no clue what they're talking about because at the end of the day, I mean, this year we actually showing you more social justice stuff on our show.
This is our positive season, if anything.
It's like, what? I mean, we do have some catty drama, where there's arguing, but that's every season that there has been.
I've been over here for a long time, and I don't remember a season where there were not arguments and people throwing shade and coming for each other's necks.
The only difference that I could say about this season that has been different than any others, that all of the new people on the show are younger.
You know what? That's true. We do have some younger blood, and I think that might be the difference. Maybe that's why they're making that comparison, because that's the only thing that's different.
That would be it. Because, I mean, as far as you can't say because it's arguing, because there's arguing on Housewives of OC.
Yeah.
Housewives of
all the time.
New York.
Yeah.
Housewives of New Jersey.
Yeah.
So Housewives of Beverly Hills.
That's true.
So if you want to compare us to somebody, why would you just say it's House of Love and Hip Hop, or is it just because we black?
Oh, that's true. We are black.
We are black, honey, and we're proud.
Blackity black, okay?
Blackity black, honey.
Okay,
So
we're all the way over here, black. We ain't never been this blacker than we've been this season, honey. And we are representing for our people.
Fingers to the sky, freedom.
Ooh, the party has started.
Never let it go, never let it go.
Okay? Yes. And we're gonna stay black.
What's up, Foxy Brown?
Hello. Your hair is so cute.
How are you?
I'm good, babe.
How are you?
Okay,
so I don't know.
Well, maybe it is the age thing, because when I do think of Love and Hip Hop, I do think of a younger demographic. I do, actually. And, you know, with us, me being one of the older, more seasoned women on the show.
More seasoned?
Yes, more seasoned.
I'm getting seasoned.
You are getting seasoned. You are.
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
A little.
But people do kind of look to us for the mixture of, you know, young and the older.
Yeah, we're getting all kind of
young and
seasonings
the more
on here.
mature.
We talked a little bit about some of the newbies.
Yeah.
And friends of the show.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So let's go to some of our not so new bees.
Oldies.
Oldies, but
good way.
friends of the show.
Old friends.
Old friends. So Marlo is back this year, and
Yes.
so is Tanya.
Yes.
But I guess it's been talked about on the blogs a little bit. We don't see Tanya too often this season.
You're freaking gorgeous.
Oh, well, thank you, my love. You said we were going juicing, so I brought the jugs.
No, I haven't seen Tanya since South Carolina.
What do you think of that?
Well, you know, there's a lot going on in South Carolina. So there's a lot of rumors, a lot of speculation. I can't imagine that, you know, I don't know. That just seemed like a lot.
A whole lot.
So I don't know. Like, I honestly felt like, although maybe we as a group didn't see her anymore, I just assumed she was still filming with the girls that she's closer to, like Portia. I don't even know if that's happening. All I know is I haven't seen her. And it's interesting because, you know, we were not in a good place at the reunion. I felt like, you know, with everything that went down with that whole thing with Kenya bringing the cookie lady, whatever, like in that moment.
You mean
like,
last year?
Last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know, I felt like at the reunion, I don't know, I just never felt like what actually happened in that scene was obviously what was shown on the show, because there was a lot that happened in that scene. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the day, Eva and I both were very supportive of Tanya, and Kenya and I really got into it. I was like really pissed off at Kenya. And didn't even film with her for like a couple of weeks, honestly.
Wow.
And yeah, no, because I just didn't think it was cool. As it all played out, for me, I was a little hurt because I felt like she never, like when that came on, let it be known that, okay, yeah, I get you're hurt and upset or whatever about what happened, but Eva and I were very supportive to her the whole time, and she knew that I was pissed off at Kenya about doing that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, you know, I'm not saying I was the best of friends with Tanya, but we didn't have beef. Mm-hmm. We were cool. Mm-hmm. And I think she's a cool, fun girl. You know what I mean? So that was just kind of like, oh, wow, okay. So when I saw her this season, you know, for me, we weren't close enough for me to really hold on to it. It was just one of those reciprocity things for me. She cool with me, I'm cool with her. I just let it go. Because what I'm not going to be is a angry old lady, okay? About, you know, just over here mad at people who I don't have to see that often in my life. And I'm in a great place. I'm happy. I'm like getting ready to get married. So I was like, okay, you know what? And when I did see her, you know, she was very kind to me. So I reciprocated that same energy. And we were cool. We had a great time together in South Carolina. And, you know, that was pretty much the last time I saw her. So I just said all that to say, you know, I was hoping I would see more of her just to kind of continue our journey of just being, you know, cool, like whatever, just having a good time together. I'm like, I like having fun with you guys, regardless of who's closer to who and any of that stuff. When we get together, you know, it's all fun. She's a fun girl. What you think?
I think she's definitely a fun girl. She's fun, you know, to be a part of the cast or whatever. I personally, I feel like she should, you know.
Have you seen her? I talked to her since South Carolina.
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't have that type of relationship where we just like chit-chatted up on the phone or nothing. So.
Right.
Yeah, but.
Well, I think it's unfortunate because I think she definitely brought a fun element to the group. Mm-hmm. You know, she was like our little cool, techie, geeky, fun, quirky girl. You know what I mean?
What do you think about Marlo this season?
Portia King is in the house. Portia King.
I like Marlo this season. You know, she and I did not end off in the best place last season. And no, she called me a bald-headed scallywag. Remember in Canada? Yeah.
I forgot. Why did she call you a bald-headed scallywag?
That's a great question, honey, because it definitely takes one to know one, honey. And I'll go up against her edges any day. We pulled all these wigs off and have an edge off, honey. Calling me a bald-headed scallywag. No, honestly, we're in a great place now. Actually, I am pretty much, I can confidently say that I am pretty close to Marlo. One of the things that I love about Marlo this season is just watching her journey as a Muntie. Like that just, I just have a lot of respect for her taking on her nephews. So we've moved past all of, you know, whatever differences that we've had in the past, and I root for her, and I support her efforts. I support everything that she's trying to do with those boys, because I think it's an amazing thing that she's doing.
She is doing an amazing thing, and I love what she's doing with the boys as well. That's a big deal to raise kids who are not biologically yours and raise them as they are yours.
I mean, it's hard to raise your own kids.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of work
right.
being a parent. And, you know, when you have your own kids, it's like, you know, you got to put in that work. So it takes a lot to take on other people's children and love them and take care of them like they're your own. Like, you can't do anything but take your hat off to people with that kind of heart and spirit.
Yeah. Now, that's one thing I truly love about Marlo is she does have a big heart.
She really does.
She does, and I have to give that to her. This year, she has definitely mended some relationships.
She has.
Well,
now she did get us together, and we don't know we can talk about that.
We can't talk about that yet. We're gonna have to talk about it later.
Monty backslid a little bit.
She backslid a little bit this year too.
She did the moonwalk backwards a little bit. She was doing good. And what I tell you, wait till y'all see.
I don't even want to talk about it yet.
Okay.
I don't even want to talk about it yet. Well, actually, she mended a relationship and she lost a relationship this season too.
She did. She did. She did. She connected with one person and fell off with somebody else. That's true.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's so much. I can't wait till people see this. The rest of what's happening this year. We all over the place. Cynthia.
All over the place. But you know, has been a crazy year. This was a very unexpected year. Like the world just changed. Like everything, all these different things happened. So, you know, with that said, like we changed. I think everybody's just in a different place, and it's like, wow, you know, for me dealing with like wedding stuff and trying to go through with it, like I think I almost kind of went crazy at one point. Was like, wedding, 10-20.
Okay, so this is
Can I have it?
This is my first interview into the year 2021.
Yes.
What is your wish for 2021?
My wish for 2021 is for the government to come up with a safe vaccine that everyone feels comfortable taking, okay? And we all need proof, receipts. You know how we feel about receipts over here. That it is safe for everyone to take and for us to be able to safely take it and end COVID-19. I am ready for the world to get back to normal.
Me too.
I appreciate everything that has happened in this year. I am humbled. I am spiritually rebooted. I love spending time at Lake Bailey on the hill, but I am ready to get back in these streets. I want to go to the Maldives. I want all my family to come over and everyone to be comfortable.
I want to kick it.
Yeah,
I want to kick it somewhere other than Atlanta.
Exactly. I really hope in 2021 that we're able to get on the other side of COVID-19 and people can get back to their lives and be healthy and productive and be able to take care of their families again.
Me too.
Yeah.
I
like
second
seriously. That. Like please. I'm praying for that. That's like if I could have that wish, I wouldn't want anything else.
I just want to say thank you guys for watching.
Yes.
Please like, share, comment, you know, do all that good stuff. Make sure you have subscribed. And get the alerts, honey, so you know when we drop that new, okay? Every time I drop a new video, you need to know what's going on.
And make sure you guys, if you're in Atlanta, stop by the Bailey Wine Cellar.
Oh, for sure.
You know, this is the end of a very memorable year, and hopefully we're going to be going into an amazing year in 2021. So stop by and support Black-owned businesses.
Yes. All right. Thank you for watching. Speak on it. Bye.
I had already heard.
I can turn a shade tree into a money tree.